Join us this week as we freeze our butts off in the beauty of the Grand Canyon. Try not to light our boat on fire. Attempt to splash.
Now we've got some water coming into one of the transducers.
And then do some fancy patchwork on Meraki's bottom. Holy, that's beautiful. We woke up this morning and it's Bentley's birthday. And where are we?
The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
Flip the camera.
Little change of pace for...
It was -8 when we woke up this morning.
Cold. It's really cold.
Goodness me. What a slap in the face.
We can see our breath. We have 2 days of exploring the Grand Canyon.
Definitely walking this way.
We're pretty excited to be here. Feel that, Bentley?
It's about to explode.
We've come up so high. Do you see how puffed up it is?
Like we bought that from a normal grocery store.
Okay.
At normal height.
Yeah, and then brought it up.
And then we drove to the Grand Canyon and...
It's tzatziki. We're trying to have a little pita and tzatziki snack. Okay, you better look out.
This is scary.
Are you ready? It won't be crazy. We're in, guys. We're in.
It spat out tzatziki.
Ah! Spectacular, isn't it?
Indeed.
This is a great lookout point. So we are at Yaka Lookout right now, right? Yaka or Yaki? Which one? Yaki Lookout. There are so many cool trailheads and lookouts. And when the little people's feet get tired, there's a free shuttle bus to all the lookouts.
Yeah, just boink, boink, boink.
It's perfect. So we hiked one trail and then we bussed back to the village and now we're at another lookout and you can kind of make it a little more easy to see everything.
It saves the back and forwards on the same trail so you can see more.
Yo, what's up, dude?
He's just cruising. You got funny looking heads.
They do. They have little manes.
That's so interesting.
Look at his head.
Wow, there's tons down in the bush. I can see him further back.
What? Oh my. You're right.
Oh my god! Oh my god, are the sprinklers gonna go on?
Keep singing!
Happy birthday!
Keep singing! Yeah! Woo! That was sensitive.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
Imagine.
Oh my god. It's pretty sketchy, you guys.
It is. I'm holding my boys tight.
Okay, that's a little too tight.
Yes, sir.
We are doing the first portion of the Rim to Rim trail today, so we get to hike down. It's about 1.5 miles to the first marker. There's a little rest stop and then we'll turn around and come back, but it is spectacular. I actually would love to do the whole Rim to Rim. That would be such a cool experience. Good work, team.
Nice job.
Cheers. To a great trip.
Oh, you're videoing. That's weird.
Yep, pretty weird. It's been a great trip, and now we go back and launch our boat. Splash days are coming. Cheers, boys. Yeah. Cheers. Back in the boatyard, our splash got pushed by a couple of days. We found ourselves with some extra time and decided to knock out a quick and easy boat job. We're back and straight into the boat work. Today we are working on replacing our chain plate bolts. This is an old one that Mick took off, and you see how corroded and like even bent it is. What?
So these are the easy ones because they're just straight through the top of our bulwarks, and now all the other ones are bolted through the hull down inside.
How's it going, Miguel?
Good. Just in my comfortable spot.
Just nothing?
No, it's just not moving at all. It's like welded to it.
Why would that happen?
No idea.
It's not bottoming out on one side or anything?
No, the whole thing is loose. Listen to the washers spin. It got all the way down to there, totally fine, and then just stopped. I think the nut just got hot and it caused the metals to, that's why I'm trying to keep moving.
Well, what if you let it cool?
I'm worried that it'll cool and then stick itself to it. Changing out the chain plate bolts, and I put a new one through from the outside, and then I screwed a nut on. It was just smooth, 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 great, great, and then got towards the end and then it just started getting really hard to turn. And then so hard to turn that I couldn't turn it, so then I went to back it off, figuring something was wrong, and now it's like seized and I can't get it. And it's just sitting in there loosely, so I don't know what happened. Does the metal get too hot when you're tightening something and then it kind of just sticks to it?
I just Googled it, and people call it cold welding, also known as seizing or fretting, whatever that means. It's more likely to happen if you're using lock nuts. Are we using lock nuts, Mick?
We are. And a lock nut is just a tiny little piece of plastic that just helps hold the nut in place.
But it just adds to the friction, and friction causes heat. And then it sticks together, just like you said. Unless special lubrication measures are taken, it is advisable to use different types of locking products that operate on principles other than thread friction in order to avoid seizing problems.
All these things aren't helpful now.
I know.
Why couldn't it be one of these
Once
ones?
thread galling has occurred, it's nearly impossible to remove.
Woohoo!
Without cutting or splitting the nut. So you could just grind the nut. Can you get at the nut?
No, I can't get in there.
Okay. Here you go.
Thanks.
Do you think you could get like a heat gun in there safely?
Yeah, to warm back up.
It says one way of doing it is to heat the bolt for approximately 1 minute and then immediately apply PB Blaster. That's what we had, right? The spray. Yeah. Immediately apply that penetrating oil to the nut and bolt. And then while the nut and bolt are still hot, use a wrench to begin to unscrew the bolt.
I just was worried about the wires that are right near it, and the spray foam is sometimes flammable.
Not luck?
No. So crazy. I tried the heat gun method, but fiberglass fibers started going black and smoking. So I'm just gonna do this. Should take, what did I say, 4 to 6 hours? Maybe more.
Projects on a boat, hey?
Maybe a steel piece of pipe that I can slide over this. They're so fun!
We just thought we had some extra time because our splash date got pushed a couple of days, so we just quickly do this. This is something we just got the bolts for because we had to get them from the States. They don't have
preventative maintenance for the win.
They don't have good enough quality stainless steel bolts here in Peñasco that we could find, so we had to wait till we went to the States to get them. We just got them, so we were going to do it when we were back in the water. It needs to be done, but it doesn't need to be done before we splash. And now, let's hope this doesn't make it so we're stuck here. Fine.
I'll need to cut it, but if I can slide that in there, maybe I'll have a bit more leverage on it. Custom making a wrench. You can see this is what they call a carriage bolt. It's got a flat head, so you can't get a wrench on it, but it's supposed to slot into a square part that then you can tighten from the outside, and that square part stops it from moving. When I was wrenching on it, the bolt turned and the square part on the chain plate rounded. So the big, thick stainless steel plate rounded. So now, now the bolt just spins whatever I do. Ready? You can't hold it, can you?
Holy cow.
Bend the stainless out.
I missed the dramatic moment where it fell because I got a spark on me.
Oh.
I had to stop.
Well, that's stage one. Now I've got to try and flatten that part.
Yeah, that's not coming through. He just said maybe he needs to take the shroud down and take the whole interior chain plate off so that we can cut that one bolt off because we cannot get a grinder up there. This insulation is like crazy flammable, so it's not safe to have sparks flying. I guess we could take all that insulation out though. Like, why does it need to be there?
Unless now I can get the grinder in there because there's more room to get to the
Well, I
bolt.
did wonder that, but the sparks on that insulation, are you worried about?
Yeah.
It's actually quite terrifying. I am standing by for sure. I heard that, Tom. Ah! Oh my gosh. 6 hours later, literally. We got it, and you didn't start a fire.
That's the sound of being done with something when you're working with metal. Now I'm going to push it, hammer it back through the hole again.
Anyone watching should learn from us. When you're working with stainless steel nuts and bolts, please screw them on very slowly. Friction is bad.
No turbo speed, bro.
Do not go, oh, this is easy, and just spin it on really fast. Who knew, hey? Cold welding. We learned a new term today, Mick.
Yeah. It's a term I dislike.
Yeah, me too. After some fiddling around, we were able to get the bolt head removed.
Much later.
We put in the new bolt. Oh my god, what happened? Did it lock?
No, I'm just wondering whether to get a beer and then like do a couple turns.
Yes, please.
And then have a beer.
Yes.
A couple turns. And then 6 beers later it should be tight.
I keep telling you to go slow. Please go slow.
Good thing I got some extra bolts, eh?
It is a good thing. Good job. And I was going to say, it's also great the outside of that bolt, the square head or whatever you call it, held in the chain plate, so the chain plate wasn't damaged.
It was a combination of the chain
Both.
plate and the bolt,
Yeah.
but with the fresh bolt in there,
It was tight
created
enough.
new meat.
Tight enough.
Chicken dinner.
Very good. Hey, we just finished. I was just gonna come get you so you can pack up the cupboards now. Anytime? Anytime? What is this madness?
Ah, bike week in Peñasco. Crazy stuff.
Well, it's splash day and we are currently on the skateboard moving, and there's a lot of cracking and creaking happening, which is a little freaky. I mean, it happens all the time when you're in the water, but for some reason it feels very unnatural when you are on land. And we're on the boat, which I find very hilarious.
It is quite funny.
So we're on a little skateboard, they call it, and we're put into these slings right here. And Thomas is in the shower.
He's back. He's on the land.
Is he waiting to come up?
He's just walking around.
Aww.
Okay. I'll start the engine as soon as we're in, and then I'll do a run around.
Yeah, as soon as I see the water up to the water line, I'll let you know.
How's it looking?
Yeah, really good.
No leaks?
Not yet. Now we've got some water coming into one of the transducers, which I don't know anything about because we've never changed or done anything with them.
We don't have any other leaks. Just that one.
I realized until I was back in the water that I want to go really back.
Aww.
So, are you guys ready to haul out?
Yeah. Oh, it's not even plugged in. It's just a waste of space, I guess. Are we out of the water now?
I think so. I'll check. Well, ultimately this is very disappointing, but you don't know if the through hole leaks until it's submerged in water. So it is what it is. It's been a couple of hours since we splashed and came out again. We already have removed the bolts from the transducer, and when we popped the plate, some really muddy looking water came out. I'm guessing that just went in when we splashed. The water's pretty muddy here.
Do that too here in a second. Ah, yeah.
Probably that extreme heat that we experienced when we first hauled out caused some of the sealant around the actual transducer head to crack, dry out and crack, and it leaked. So better to find out now than in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I suppose, but it's a bit disappointing. We have a hefty job ahead of us. There's actually a matching transducer on the other side of the boat as well. It didn't leak, but we're gonna pull them both out and fiberglass and do a proper job of it.
We can do it! Yeah. It's a bummer. The weather for the next few days was looking real good. We had 350 miles to travel we were planning on. It would have been 3 nights and about 4 days. But here we are. We'll get our chance again. We're here now. I'm hoping that we'll splash on Tuesday. Today is Friday. Yeah, hopefully all the patching goes well and everything dries quick so we can just keep layering bits and pieces in there. Get back in the water.
Do not leave things that are not in use through your hull. There's just no point. We probably should have dealt with it even last year when we hauled out, but whatever. It's just one of those things. I kind of forgot that they were even there. Strong believers in things happening for a reason, so we weren't meant to go today, and that's okay. Number 2. Stupid thing. It's sad to be grinding through fresh paint.
Yeah, it was only this much paint.
Yeah, it's still sad. fun. Well, that's going on. I'm making some sloppy joes. This is supposed to be our first night passage meal. We have really beautiful fresh baked buns from the bakery to the aroma of sanding fiberglass. It's a really unique smell when you sand fiberglass. It's been just a grand day. Just not happy?
I can't get comfortable and there's hoses everywhere.
We have 2 holes in our boat.
There's not many people that can say they can see through the boat.
Yeah, like this is actually pretty cool. Look through now. Hi.
And now I'm scrubbing it with acetone to give it a real good clean. And then I'm going to go inside and acetone it and then get the glass ready.
This is so familiar to us that it's actually a bit sad.
This is just arts and crafts.
I know.
This is all this is.
And I guess fiberglassing is kind of part of owning a boat, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the following morning, we had the interior layer of fiberglass epoxied and cured. We had quite a bit of trouble getting it to set as we had slow cure epoxy and the weather was getting cooler. Boat friends to the rescue, lending us some quick cure epoxy, which made it possible to do multiple layers in a day's work. Looks like you're mixing oil.
That's just the hardener. And he said when it gets old it goes that color. And they did a bunch of tests on it because people were worried and they said it's exactly the same as when it's brand new.
Oh, good. I appreciate you telling me that. Second layer of structural filler going in. So this will bring it up flush to
where we've ground out.
Where we've ground out, yeah, and then we'll build it all up. There's a lot of layers you have there.
Skate noses is my most unfunnest job.
Well, I can do it. I'm here. Day 2, final fiberglass layers. How you feeling?
A bit panicked.
Why?
I don't know. I just always feel uncomfortable. This isn't my specialty, this.
But it looks good.
The arts and crafts, thanks T. And the wind was picking up and the stuff was setting quick and it just makes me feel uncomfortable. But we're getting there.
It's going to be stronger and more reliable than it ever was before.
Less holy.
Less holes.
Yeah, yeah. Goes in line with your stronger thing, right?
Yep.
Trying out a new fairing compound. Pretty excited about this. We've got lots of it, which is awesome. We have the whole patched with fiberglass, and now we're going to slap some of this goop on. And it should dry by the end of the day to then get a second coat on, and then tomorrow be ready to sand and paint already, which is awesome. Is that about the same? Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh, there, look at that colour.
We look like Christmas. It is Monday afternoon.
We came out Friday morning.
And we are done! We just need to
Yeah.
bottom paint it.
So good. Quick lick of this, and then tomorrow morning, and that's it. I think you can recoat this in an hour or something, can't you? So I almost could just do the second coat tonight.
Yay! And then the other side, and we're done!